Today, I've got 10 game-changing tools that'll help you craft faster, cleaner, and with way less frustration. Don't worry, you can totally find these purchasable products online, or better yet, customize the attached 3D printable files like I did. And the best part, these files are free from the amazing 3D community. So let's get into it. Number 1. Foam bevel tools. Getting clean, consistent bevels on foam can be a little tricky, so why not try a foam bevel tool? These tools hold your blade at the perfect angle, so you don't have to eyeball it. Just use the bevel tool to guide your blade and boom, perfect cuts every time. There are loads of designs available, so pick your poison. This design specifically requires a craft knife, but there are others that you can slide in one of these box cutter blades. This is rather useful for high density foam where the angles need to be perfect, but when it comes to low density, I still usually just eyeball it. And for this design specifically, I usually only need a few angles, mainly 65, 45, and 25, but it actually comes in a range. Number 2, sandpaper grips. Ever get blisters while sanding? Well, sandpaper grips make sanding your props so much easier by giving you a sturdy, ergonomic handle that really makes the process a lot less tedious. They're really easy to compile, plus these grips can be scaled to whatever size you need. All you have to do is trace the grip onto your sandpaper, remembering to make the edges wider so once you cut it out, it will be easy to wrap around the grip before you secure it. Number 3, patterned rollers. These might just be my favorite tool of all. These pattern rollers add instant texture to foam, clay, or any other crafting material, honestly. Just heat up your foam and roll them over the surface to imprint detailed patterns with ease. They're perfect for armor, accessories, or if you just need an easy way to make decorative elements. The variety of patterns is vast, from general repeatable motifs to designs like dragon scales and leather textures. You could even design your own rollers to match your specific cosplay needs. It's relatively easy. Using pattern rollers really elevates your work, as uniformity really adds to how professional designs come out, not to mention how much time you save. Number 4, customizable stamps. Need a cool embossed pattern on leather, velvet, or foam? While customizable stamps let you create unique textures, designs with minimal effort. Just press them into the heated foam or damp leather and you've got instant repeatable details. And this design is pretty cool, as you can easily swap up the stamp while using the same handle, so you can save yourself some filaments. Yeah, these are basically just mini versions of the rollers, specifically when you don't need like exact spacing for your details. Number 5, stencils. Painting crisp, clean designs by hand can be rough. 3D printed stencils make it easy to apply intricate patterns without stress. They're great for airbrushing or even if you're just marking out designs before painting. They definitely save a lot of time, especially when in comparison to hand cutting out pattern stencils. Depending on the material you make the stencil out of, you'll be able to wrap them around objects. Otherwise, you have to use them on flat surfaces if you decide to make it out of rigid materials like PLA. Number 6, molds. Avoid resin casting and just use foam. 3D molds open up so much possibilities. For this design, it connects to the same handle as the stamps, so when you stamp your pattern down, you can get perfect repeatable pieces every time. These are super useful for making designs out of foam clay, or specifically those without protruding parts. These are amazing. Otherwise, you'll probably still have to stick to making the usual silicone mold. Number 7, buckles. Finding the right size or style attachments for your cosplay can be a pain. Sometimes designs can be comically large and you're sort of forced to use foam, but why not print functional versions of them instead? 3D printed buckles let you create custom shapes, sizes, and designs tailored to your costume. Flexibility of 3D printing allows you to design or adjust buckles and other attachments that perfectly match your costume's aesthetic, and with the right materials, the functional requirements as well. This really helps plan out the construction process. Number 8, nuts and bolts. Sometimes you just cannot find the right size attachments. And this is where 3D printed nuts, bolts, and screws are amazing. They are lightweight, customizable, and great for hidden or decorative fastening on armor and props. It's basically an upgraded way of executing the plastic bottle method you sometimes see online. But the real reason I am so giddy about these is just how useful they are when customizing 3D printed tools, as well as breaking apart your props. Just adding them onto a tool makes it so much more versatile, especially when you need to secure them. And using proven files will save you so much time on test prints to ensure a secure fit. Number 9. Dry brush texture palettes. Weathering your cosplay, these dry brush texture palettes are amazing for testing out paint before you commit to painting details on your props. Just load up some paint and swipe it over the palette to test out different paints techniques until you're happy. Trust me, this will save you so much more time than stripping and repainting your prop. Usually you get palettes aimed more at figurine painting, so you can easily make your own with large patterns that you're more likely to use when making cosplay. Number 10. Wet palettes. If your acrylic paint dries too fast, a wet palette can keep them usable for longer. It's a total game changer for painting detailed props, especially if you find yourself wasting paint often enough. These are totally purchasable, but just require a container and baking paper. I think it's called parchment paper in other places, for a rudimentary kit. Spray painting is the bulk of what I use. I definitely don't use it as often, but it's amazing, especially when you're focusing on small details. And that's it. Which of these tools do you think will help your cosplay builds the most? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to check out the files for these tools, I've linked them in the description. And good luck!